Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the cruise ship known as First Stream Podcast. Yeah. I am the commander, the ship, the complete back-to-back champion. That would be me. You blink. look, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have a great show today. We're gonna get in here. We're gonna kick it off. We got some good stuff. We got a little football that's going on. We got a little combine. We got a little baseball. We got a little NBA. We got to talk about a little bit of the MLB that's getting ready to kick off. We got a full show today. I want y'all to come in, sit down, kick your shoes off. Hey, let's get ready to go.
Yeah.
First Stream Podcast. Yeah. True Danny. Dre on the beat. You know. Yeah. What's your favorite squad? Tell me who you going with. First Stream Podcast. Yeah, we keep it lit. We got the latest updates. We don't pump fake. Like, come and share it. We don't care. Feel free to hate. We got great guests. Join us. You should chime in. Trudini on the intro for the time being. Lady A, representing Washington. Pick Washington, everything Washington. Mo coming out of Dallas, you know the business. Said, them Georgia Bulldogs ain't quitting. Yeah, if you ain't watching sports, you ain't living. About to get my mattress Mac on, about to bet a million. Let's talk about it. We all grown and cool, we can talk about it. Before we hit the news, we gon' talk about it. Oh, you wanna bet? Let's pop a bottle bow. Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Again, my name is Serdik, also known as You Blink 71. Check it out. We got a little football. You see the smile on my face? We got a few things to cover for you today. We're not gonna hold y'all all day long. It's Saturday. I know some of y'all got something to do. But we want to get a little information out there. We don't put a little stuff that we've seen so far throughout the day. We want to show you what we have been doing, what we have been preparing for you guys. But before I can do that, I need to start bringing in some of our cast, some of the people that help support this and help run it. Before you ask, Pick is on assignment. We got him doing a little recruiting. We'll see him on Tuesday when he get back. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the person who print out the stubs, the person who sent out the checks, the person who sent out the fines with the stubs, Lady A.
Well, hello, Sid. How are you? I see you on one today. You were on. That's how we know it's Saturday.
Hey,
that's how we know it's Saturday.
Right. How's your week been, boy? Busy? You been busy? I know you got classes going.
I mean, work, school, everything's crazy, and I decided to, because of the nature of this country and the way things are going, I decided to start a indoor garden. So I keep adding things to my plate.
Okay.
Literally.
Miss Green Thumb. Okay, Miss Green Thumb ain't mad at you.
That's a new thing. I'll let y'all know how that go.
Yeah, holla at me because I've been trying to get it going myself. So holla at me.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna get you because I've researched for years. I've been doing it. I want to do indoor and outdoor, but I feel like right now they're allowing anything on the shelves of the grocery store. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna grow it myself.
With that being said, I know what you're talking about too. With that being said, we're gonna bring in Mr. Cowboy himself. The man who gonna keep it real. He don't care if they win or they lose. He gonna tell it like it is, whether they like it or not.
Right.
And Mo.
Hey, Aunt.
Hey, now, I know y'all like this buttery smooth voice because you ain't going to be able to see this boyishly handsome good looks. But, said, I'm with you on the plant thing. I know a thing or two, man. I got about 5 babies now. So, I can let you in on a little something. Second thing, if Lady A handed out the checks, she owed me back child support, man. She behind on her payments. Do you hear me? So we need to talk because you got some fines coming. Because I got
fines.
Yes. Lastly, if we got Pick on assignment, then just believe this. He ain't gonna come through. We finna lose all credibility.
Oh
He
my
gonna be
God.
drunk, trying to tell everybody about mambo sauce, trying to put everybody onto that percolating music of theirs.
Oh,
We in trouble,
you
man.
do know where I am and where I'm from, right? Ed? Like I'm not sitting here.
with that being said,
Percolating music. First of all, mambo sauce is a staple in the community of the Washington, D.C. metro area. Okay. Yeah, act right.
with that being said, we're gonna bring in the guy who brings us the question of the month. Is that time of the month? He's gonna sit on the show with it for with as much time as he can. He's gonna bring in the hats. He's gonna bring in the flavor. My man, Don Truck.
Hey,
Yeah. First of all, Aunt Mo, you and your percolating music, that's Baltimore, dude. That's the percolator. That is not DC. We got go, my friend. Our own genre of music. Something you Bammers in Dallas can't do. All right. You can't produce nothing. What? Say you from Georgia. Stop playing with me. Huh? I got my facts straight on that. All right.
Yeah, that's true. We not percolating. That's the B-more people.
Yeah. Don't you ever disgrace DC area with percolating and crap, man. Ugh. Miss Tony, how you want to carry? What's up? No, that ain't us.
You wanna run that program from you want to run the program now from Tuesday that we didn't get to do because we didn't have enough time. You want to run that now? You want to wait? We can do it now so we can get it going. The reasons to start and sit a quarterback. You want to do it now?
The reason to start at center. And you hear? He done muted himself trying to talk. And you just muted. There you go.
I'm having headphone issues, but yeah, let's get into it, Sid.
Okay, we're gonna go to do this right here. We're gonna do this right. One of the topics that me and Ann was supposed to talk about on Tuesday, but we had little things going on, was that the reason to start or sit a quarterback, a rookie quarterback.
Right.
And we were going to discuss it because we see at some point in this coming draft, one or two of these quarterbacks are going to have to start. It's just that simple. That's the way the NFL is. There's not enough worthy veterans to start and give them a chance to sit.
Right.
So with that being said, Ant, you want to go first?
Sure.
Oh, go ahead, my brother. Floor is yours.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep this simple. And let me make sure y'all can still hear me, correct?
Yes. We can hear you.
Okay. So I'm gonna keep this simple. So well, shut up, Don. So I don't think that it requires much, right, to make this argument in today's NFL. And all we have to do as well is tap into the past. So let me go through my list, and then halfway through, I think you'll understand what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Okay. We got Rain Dakota Prescott. Tom Brady played in one game his rookie season. We know what the rest is history from the second season on. We have Joe Cool Burrow. We have Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy. We have Lamar Jackson. We have CJ Stroud. We have Michael Vick. We have Russell Wilson. We have Joe Flacco. We have Peyton Manning. We have Eli Manning. We have Cam Newton. We have Matthew Stafford. We have Justin Herbert. We have Colin Kaepernick, Josh Allen, John Elway, Dan Marino, Donovan McNabb, Brett Favre. And if some of these guys you say, hold on, and in the case of a Brett Favre, well, he was drafted by Atlanta, and then absolutely. But we're talking about players who saw the field their rookie year and either went to the Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl, went to the Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl, or had a tremendous impact in the NFL for the time that they started and played. Let's keep it simple. It comes down to talent. These guys either got it or they don't. Okay. What a lot of these older quarterbacks did, what a lot of these, what's considered older now quarterbacks did, was show that it doesn't take all the time that it used to be successful in today's NFL. Okay. If you have a halfway decent franchise, these guys are smart enough. Let's not forget that the that the NFL adopted the new age system from college. There was nobody doing spread. Everybody was going to the quarterback, under center, putting their hand under there. Now we've seen a progression over the last 10 years or so where a lot of these offenses are predicated off of what these offensive coordinators from the college ranks are doing. So a lot of this stuff is transferable now. Okay, it's a free-for-all as far as, and Sid can tell you in the case of their OC at Georgia and what he meant, and look what happened, and it can be happenstance even. But let's see what Baltimore just did, centering that offense a little differently, getting a few more weapons, and now they end up in the AFC championship.
Mm-hmm.
It's no reason not to get that quarterback. It's unless you're talking about a situation like Washington where they don't have a line capable enough of keeping a toddler safe. It doesn't make sense in that sense to start a quarterback because now he's happy feet. Okay. But other than that, there's no reason why in today's NFL, half of these guys are expected to come in and start. Even if you will look at a Justin Fields, a lot of these guys show flashes of brilliance or excellence that they can make it in today's NFL. Then it's up to the GM and owner to put the right players around them to succeed moving forward. But a matter of starting or sitting these guys is not even a question anymore. Okay, the new GOAT of our era, Patrick Mahomes, is the only guy, and who's to say that he wouldn't have been able to do that? Oh, and him and Aaron Rodgers, those are probably the two greatest quarterbacks of our era that actually sat a little bit and learned. But it's by no stretch means that is the standard by which we can judge if these quarterbacks should start or sit coming out of the college ranks.
Okay.
Are you finished?
Mahomes played during garbage time during that year.
That's
Go ahead,
cool.
Don, what you saying?
That furthers my point.
I got two things.
Go ahead.
One, you mentioned Brett Favre. Brett Favre did not start the season. Brett Favre, his first game he played, he came in at garbage time against the Washington Redskins when they got their ass beat 56-17. His first pass was an intercepted pass by Andre Collins for a touchdown. Pick six, first pass through.
Congratulations. It wasn't just people who started. It was players who played in their rookie season. But keep going.
Yeah, and you saw it starting the season, right? That's you're referring to starting the season.
Started or played in their rookie season. Started or played in their rookie season. Keep going, Don.
Eli Manning did not start the season. Kurt Warner did.
He play in his rookie season?
He played in it.
Yeah,
he ain't started the season. I thought the whole thing was about starting the season at game one.
No,
that's what it was about, right?
It was whether to start. When I mean start, whether to start them as a rookie or to sit them as a rookie.
Right.
That's what the meaning of the question was. But that's all right. I should have
specified. I feel like sometimes
that's fine. Even if you take out those quarterbacks, we still got a plethora of other ones that I named that, like I said, have had an impact, won a Super Bowl, saw a Super Bowl. So, okay, nitpick Don. Go ahead. You keep going.
It's okay because now I'm gonna give you the rebuttal on quarterbacks that should have sat and waited a year. We can start with Sam Bradford. He came out as the next coming. He laid an egg. Marcus Mariota, Johnny Manziel. These guys started their first year. Who should have sat? He started his first season. Eric Couch. That's another one. You know. And what's worse about these? The guys that I named, they were Heisman winners. The guys that I just named all won the Heisman.
Right.
And should have sat their first year because they could not adjust to the speed of the game at the next level. They could not adjust. So with that being said, Ant made a perfectly great point. Scheme and system. The scheme and system works for a player. Some players can adjust to that system, and some offensive coordinators don't want to adjust their system to the player. That's why they struggle. And that's why they end up having to sit or needing to sit a year so they can get the nuances of that system down so that they can go out and do a great job. Because without getting those little checks and imbalances down, they leave themselves open. Let's remember now, when they started Justin Fields, his first year, one of the first plays he got, he could not check the guy for his blind side, and he was getting pounded.
Boom.
And the offensive coordinator did not make the adjustment.
Right.
The NFL is going to make the adjustment. He doesn't see this guy coming. We're going to do it. And that's what happened throughout their rookie year until the offensive coordinator made the adjustment. How do you not make that adjustment after the first play that happens? Hey, over here, we need to adjust his scheme, and they did not do that. He was not adjusting his scheme to Justin Fields. He was making Justin Fields adjust to the scheme. So in that process, he probably should have sat a little bit longer in getting to absorb this offensive scheme. So again, it could go either way.
Yeah.
Either way. But like I said, the people that I named who stunk it up their first year and should have sat were all Heisman winners. All the winner Heisman. You got anything on that, Lady A?
I think that, first of all, being a Heisman winner is not what a lot of people think that it is. Some people say that there's a possible curse that goes along with it, or a lot of Heisman winners, not all, but a lot of Heisman winners come into the league and they don't produce as well as we think that they're going to. We have seen that, obviously. Just mentioned some that have not produced at the level that we thought that they would. As far as being a rookie quarterback, I feel like, number one, when you come into the league, it is important for you to learn. There are some quarterbacks that are legit ready to go. There are a lot that are legit and ready to go. But it kind of depends on the needs of the team. There are some teams that they need to draft a quarterback because they have no one to start. They don't have the luxury of having them sit and learn from someone else. They don't have that. You also have a rookie quarterback who, as Dawn mentioned, they didn't start the season, but someone got hurt. They're QB2. Or they could even be QB3 in some situations. And, it just all depends. I think that it is important if you have a choice. If you have a choice, and a lot of times there is no choice, and that's the reason for the rookie quarterback starting. But if you have a choice, yes, have them sit and learn. Mm-hmm. That's important to develop a player. We talk about developing players all the time on this show. I think that is very important. Yes, your college years are development years. However, when you go into the league, that's a new coach, new program. You need to, and new plays, you need to develop that quarterback and according to your scheme. Unfortunately, the way the football teams are structured now, the whole entire league is structured in a way that nothing is guaranteed. You have one way of doing things. The very next year, everything has been shaken up and you're not doing that anymore. But in an ideal situation, you have if you're looking long term, you do have that quarterback sit, learn from the vets. You develop the coaching staff will develop the quarterback. Everything will be good to go. He should be amazing. But like I said, many teams don't have that option.
Right.
That's kind of where I am with it. You guys have on one side, the other side, I'm in the middle, like I'm being neutral.
Lady A, I think that's a great point too, but I think the reality is a lot of these guys who are getting quarterbacks early, they have no choice. Like,
right.
In a lot of times, even when they do set the quarterback, the guy that's in front of them stinks too. so it's like, what do you do?
Right.
So with that being said, and I'm glad you said that. We're going to jump over to quarterbacks as well. There was a situation that happened during a football camp. I don't know if many of you already seen or have heard about it or not. Yeah. The situation was they showed Cam Newton up at a camp, and we don't know the whole situation, but somebody videoed that these 3 or 4 guys decided they want to rush Cam Newton, who's 6'7", and you can see the difference.
I got the T now.
You see the difference.
The T.
So I don't know everything. So I'm gonna let it slide. Go ahead, lady. You can start with that. Go ahead.
All right. So Cam is the founder of this particular camp that's going on. Cam talks trash. Let's just put it out there. Cam talks trash. He got into it with somebody back in January. The photographer caught that. You're not into it like this, but had a little disagreement and everything. Okay, fine. We fast forward to February. It was approximately February. I think it was the 26th. Let me double check. Yes, February 26th. He's at this youth football tournament, 7-on-7 tournament. And two individuals, Cam is talking trash like normal. Two individuals, two gentlemen that previously worked for Cam's program, now work for another program. They didn't like what he was saying, so they sought after him. That's exactly what the media is saying. They sought after Cam to approach him after he was taunting them, they claim, but he was talking trash, and they decided they wanted to jump Cam, which is the dumbest thing ever. This man got paid millions of dollars to avoid a large defensive line, right? He got paid to. It was sad. Cam had somebody in the headlock and was manhandling everybody else. His hat stayed on the whole time, so obviously that didn't that didn't really make a difference. He was flinging them around. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing for so many reasons. It was embarrassing for two grown men to try to jump Cam and then fail miserably. But it was also embarrassing because these are grown people at a youth tournament.
Yeah.
That soured the moment for the kids.
What's stupid is the fact that they don't remember when Cam Newton beat the hell out of Josh Norman and was smiling at him the whole time.
Yeah, I remember that. Matter of fact, that picture came back up as a result of this.
Smiling.
Like, Cam lives for this. Like, what are you
Really?
doing? So it was embarrassing, but the police were involved. They were there, but nobody wanted to press charges, which is, thank God, that's a good thing in a sense.
They didn't want to rush Cam Newton either.
But they knew I need them to understand, and Cam has issued an apology for his role. Two people tried to jump him though. Like, okay, so maybe it's the taunting that you did wrong, but it
was three for sure.
Well, the two
started
people,
and then another one came in. Yes.
Correct. The other one that came in, he I mean,
yeah,
do
punished
you really
too.
consider that him trying to jump in because he got snatched up immediately. He got no hits or anything. It was sad. But the two guys in particular used to work with for Cam's organization. So it's you're grown. That's how I look at it. You're grown.
Go ahead, Ant, what you got?
You're grown.
Sometimes, man, and sometimes I don't know if we can have a real conversation about things like this, because sometimes the personality stuff is what rubs people the wrong way, and so it skews the perspective that we should have about a certain situation. Mm-hmm. I'll say this. I actually watched today the reaction because he dropped it. He dropped the reaction, yesterday. And I watched it, and I actually appreciated the fact that he did say those men's names by name, and apologize. And he didn't even offer but boy, if I woulda. He didn't offer none of that. He just apologized, said it was unbecoming, and I appreciate that. But let's be real. Yes, he talked trash, but he talks trash no worse than any other human being in the world. And the fact that, okay, it's okay to say that you said some things, I said some things, we know each other, so it got personal and it got nasty. What I said probably hit you a little bit harder. That's what caused the melee in the first place, right? Because in your right mind, if you look at a 6'5", 250 guy like Cam, you're not going to rush him in your sane mind. So you had to heard some things about your mama, about your kids, and how sorry they is. And just when you know somebody personally, you know how to get under their skin, especially.
Right.
And that's what it is. And let's just also call a spade a spade. He suffers from the Deion thing as well. A lot of people don't like that these men are as comfortable as they are in their own skin. They're winning. Yeah. They're successful. In this case, he's giving back. And he said he's not going to stop, and he shouldn't. But it's the fact that he thinks he's better. That's what a lot of us have to deal with, not even on a Cam Newton level, not on a Deion Sanders level, on a I grew up a certain way and I want to do different level. That's what a lot of this stuff can be sometimes. Not necessarily saying that because it was the heat of the moment. And I think that Cam is a low, what am I trying to say? Down to earth kind of guy.
Right.
But it's like, this stuff isn't called for a lot of reasons. And it's the reason why a lot of people don't think you should even do stuff like this anymore, because it's the whole prophet isn't honored in his hometown thing. You go there, and instead of people fully embracing it for what it can be, especially people of our stature, our color, it seems to turn into things like this. So it's unfortunate. I think there's a lot of hate and jealousy going on in there, but it's also a lot of personal, maybe I'm not what I should have been, could have been in there as well.
Well, my thing is, Cam, you said it, because Cam thinks he's better than them. That's how they take things. But at the same time, y'all jumped him, and he didn't go down. His hat didn't come off. He's not hurt. So he is better. Like, why are you coming at this? But that's sad. I'm real talk. The real talk. First of all, you let this man hurt your feelings.
Lady A, can I say this and I'll let you go? I won't say nothing else. Okay. But I just hate that people thinking they're better than them is always the cop out. Okay? That's the part that I hate. Is because, listen, y'all, I ain't making no whole gobs of money at the post office or anywhere else. And my family has said that about me years and years and years ago. And it's a mindset mentality thing. And that's what I hate about our people.
Yeah.
Is that we can't just appreciate somebody for doing something. Man, I don't believe it. I'm sorry. And I don't know this man from a can of paint except for what I've seen online.
Right.
Don't think he's walking around out there thinking he's better than everybody. But I think it's an easy thing to do when you're sitting up high and people are getting to look up there. They get to point the finger. They get to call you the names. They get to make the suspicious statements. Like, that's just how it goes.
Right. But that's called jealousy.
People are confusing arrogance for confidence for arrogance. Right. That's the problem.
But Cam has everything that I've seen. Everything that Cam has said, he can back up. So
that's confidence. Until
that happens, you might be in your feelings, but that's a personal problem. That's how it is. It's a personal problem. He got under your skin, you got upset, and then you decide to act like a fool. Like let's just call it what it is. You sought after this man to jump him. Make that make sense.
Right. So, but you're right though. I watched the video and he did. He ragdolled one of the guys. He didn't throw no punches. He kept them all away. Which basically said he took the high road in this. Because you're right. He could have thrown one to the ground, start stuffing him out while he was handling the other two. He could have, but he didn't.
Right.
He defended himself.
Right.
He didn't even have to do. He just held him off.
Right. So that being said, we're gonna move over to Don. You see, I put him in the big box. It's the first of the month. Don shows up. He has a question of the month for everyone. This is what we're about to do. Go ahead, Don. What you got?
Hey, can we acknowledge the people just in the chat? Because we didn't do that.
Oh, my bad. You're right. We have not done that.
Want us to say
hey, go back and put me in the small box so you jump in the big box and do all that, man. Because I can't read
it's okay. I'm gonna acknowledge them from here. You good? Because I want you to continue with the question around this. Acknowledge the people in the chat. Welcome, Bruce. Bruce shows up every week. Hey, how you doing? Good evening. And we also got, Don Trick Don talking about Mr. from out there on the sideline. He jumped in the chat, then he jumped in with us. He just want to show up here. Anyway.
If you're watching, say
go ahead, Don. Give us a question. What you got on it?
All right, so I figured, since we come up on free agency, it's like, dude, who are the best and worst free agent signings of your team?
Ever?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, ever. And I think I'll start with Washington.
Okay.
And I think for the worst, most people are going to go ahead and say Albert Hainsworth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'll let y'all have our Hainsworth. Some might say
Okay.
Artem Archuleta. I'll let you
Mhm.
have that.
That's true too.
I got a Hall of Famer
Oh,
in mind,
who?
who at 33 years old, this defensive back signed a 8-year, $50 million contract.
7. I thought it
Huh?
was 7. Okay, if it's who I'm thinking of, it's 7.
8 years.
Okay, 56 million.
Yes, 8 years,
56.
56 mil.
Okay, I'm with you. Go ahead.
Yeah. He played one season and retired.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep, I'm
That would
with
be
you.
your favorite, Mr. Deion Sanders.
Right there. Mm-hmm. Speak
Yes.
on it. Speak
Yes.
on it.
Nine toes himself.
That was
Yeah.
yeah,
He
baby.
was-
That was bad.
Yeah, it was a horrendous signing. The fact that they signed him and figured we didn't need Brian Mitchell to return kicks or punts anymore,
Mm,
I was a loss for that.
yeah.
That's what that kind of pissed me off as well.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the best signing, some might say London Fletcher. I'm going to go way back into the
Mm-hmm.
Wayback Machine
Mm-hmm.
to another Hall of Famer
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
known for running over people.
Yep.
Let's see, what was he known for? Being the fastest in the state of Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
Played with the New York Jets, and then
Yeah.
came over to Washington, ran over Don McNeil on 4th and 1 for a 43-yard touchdown. Mr. John Riggins himself.
Okay.
That is my number one free agent signing.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
What y'all
I
got over there?
What
Mhm.
you got, Lady A?
So this was very difficult for me to answer because immediately I had 2 and 2. So I'm going to start with my 2 best. I will definitely say London Fletcher was one of my best.
Okay.
And I went with Dave Butts for another one of our best. Okay. May he rest in
Okay.
peace. Now, my worst, yes, is none other than Deion Sanders. Okay.
Really? You too, Lady A?
No, let's be real. I don't care what he did on everybody else's team. We're talking about the free agency.
Y'all being petty.
Okay. So the Cowboys released Deion to make some cap room, right?
Right.
Deion signs with us. Dan Snyder's like, oh yeah, let me throw you this $56 million deal, right? And in the year of 2000, turn of the century, okay?
Right.
Everybody's all hype. He come up there, dressed to the T.
Put the Redskin
Okay.
suit on.
With his redskin suit on. He hyping everybody up. Okay.
And got
Played
burnt by
one
everybody.
season. He had 4 interceptions, 38 tackles. Then he said, oh yeah, by the way, I'm retiring.
Mm.
Deion is on Monday Night Football 2 years later doing guest spots, still counting Dan's money. You understand me? That's
Mhm.
the problem for me. My other person, definitely Hainsworth. This man said, I'm just here to collect a check. He said it before.
He learned from Deion. He learned from Deion.
No, he ain't learned from Deion. He was there longer than Deion. He was there 2.5 years. He said, I'm not going to practice. Deion at least went to practice and play. He pretended he was going to be a part of the team.
Albert went to practice. He was that was it the coach Shanahan that was in there talking about, well, he's got to run this conditioning test.
Albert Hainsworth literally got he got suspended from Hainsworth. Shanahan. Hainsworth, he suspended Hainsworth because of conduct detrimental to the team. You was only there for 2.5 years. He signed a 7-year deal, $100 million. Exactly, and you did nothing. He didn't. Okay, so 20 games. He managed 6.5 sacks and 43 tackles in 20 games with our team.
Right.
What about that one game? That game against Detroit when he fell down, or was it either Detroit or Philadelphia?
The wind blew him down.
He fell down. He looked around. Play was still going on. He just laying on the ground.
The wind blew him down and wouldn't let him up.
Look like Chase Young out there.
No, Chase ain't never did what Albert
Yes,
did.
he did. Yes,
Not
he
that
did. He
bad.
did in San
Not
Francisco.
That, bad. That was
Chase
horrible.
did that in San Francisco.
Those I don't care what y'all did on other teams. When you got to this team, no, because Haynesworth wasn't like that in Tennessee.
He had the monster season, and that's when they went and signed him.
And
he was up and down.
Deion didn't do all that. He wasn't funky like that to Dallas.
Ooh,
he was brash.
I'm just saying. So those are my 2 and 2.
Come on, Ant. Tell me what you got. He might.
We can't hear you.
You muted, and I don't know if you still there.
All right. Well, while we wait on Ant, I'm gonna go ahead and do mine.
Okay.
I got 2 and 2 as well. I got 2 good, 2 bad.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with the bad first because they work my nerves. First one is Ray Edwards.
Oh.
Ray Edwards was a defensive end for the Saints.
So I can't hear Lady A or
defensive line. He had 29.5 sacks. He came to Atlanta and disappeared.
Yeah.
Put his invisibility cloak on, and we didn't see him again. Out of there.
I'm so sorry.
Out of there. Where'd he go?
Sound like TJ Duckett.
Yeah. And then my other one was ex-Buffalo Bill wide receiver, Peerless Price.
He came from Buffalo.
The boy caught everything thrown his way when he was in Buffalo. Out in the cold, in the rain, in the sleet. Boy couldn't catch a ball in Atlanta, save his life on the turf.
Nope.
I was so stoked when he came to Atlanta. I was like, we got weapons. He got them wheels. Boy he couldn't hold on to that ball to save himself.
No.
Could not hold on to that ball. Them the 2 worst free agent signings. Okay. The 2 best free agent signings. One was Terrence Mathis. Wide receiver. Yep. He came over. He did what he was supposed to do. You throw him the ball, he was catching it. He was high. He ran excellent routes. He did everything for Atlanta wide receiver. He was an excellent. He actually retired as a Falcon. Excellent. He actually does work still in Atlanta now, radio show and college wide. He actually tutored some of the wide receivers in Georgia. So hey, my man. But one of the best we had was Jonathan Abraham, aka the Predator. They thought he was done for. People thought he was just signed in Atlanta. He gonna collect his last check. He gonna disappear. He ain't gonna do this. He ain't gonna do that. Boy came out, was a force to be reckoned with. They had to deal with doubling him on the side. Where was Abraham at? We got to get him. And it is what it is.
What about Warrick Dunn?
Warrick Dunn fell into the more of the DVD.
The what?
Because it was Dunn, Vic, and oh my goodness, what's the other dude name? Starts with D. But other running back. They were a combination. They were a combination.
Duckett. Yeah. TJ Duckett.
TJ Duckett, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And TJ Duckett was mad because he thought Warrick Dunn was taking some of his touches.
I mean, okay.
I mean, he was, but hey, it is what it is.
Right.
But those are my 2 good ones. Those were 2. But the Predator, he made my day. He made my day all the time. He showed up, man. He gave Atlanta everything he had to retire, everything, and he did that. And Mo, you up? What you got? Your 2 best free agents, well, your best free agent and your worst free agent signings for the Cowboys. Talk to us.
Let's start with the worst. Number 1, Greg Hardy.
Okay.
That was some of the trashiest coke laid out with guns across the bed, beating women that I've ever heard about or seen in my born life.
He was.
I mean,
when
you
he drafted
about a guy
him?
who had a trajectory of a Julius. You talk. No. Remember, he was a Carolina guy?
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Carolina.
If I'm not mistaken, he was like Julius. Yeah, he was a Julius Peppers projected type player and just went to crap after taking a little bit up his nose.
What?
The next one would be Rolando McClain. I mean, you talk about, here we go again. I burn my own house down. I'm a head case that can figure out life.
Jesus.
When I decide I can be the best player on the field, decided because I don't like football playing Negro I've ever seen in my life. Okay, thanks for nothing. You took up space on the field, weren't strong enough mentally.
Oh my goodness.
I got like it. And then the best signings, easy. We have the Deion Sanders, and we have. Sorry it didn't work out for you guys, but we have Deion Sanders, 2 championships, and then we have Charles Haley. Come on, man.
Two.
Oh
thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you, San Francisco.
Two.
I
for all
agree
you've
with that.
done.
Two championships.
Yeah, with us.
Yeah.
For
Deion got one. Deion got one.
Wait,
No, Deion has
One.
nothing. Deion has
You better
two
go back
rings.
and count that, my friend. He came in
Wait,
95.
You talking about with Dallas, or you talking about all together? Don.
He's got one championship with Dallas.
Oh, okay.
He
No,
played
no,
with the 49ers the year before and got his
Yeah.
championship with them.
Right.
all
That's
right,
what I'm
Don.
asking.
All right,
That's what I'm
Don. Well, how many does he have with y'all?
It
He
doesn't
ain't
matter.
played long enough.
All right, then. Well, I'll take a championship. That's cool.
He barely
Anyway.
played with us. Who?
Hold on.
Oh, that man with the redskin suit. Him? That's all he known for.
So he's known for making both lists, the worst and the best.
Yep.
Hey, so then this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna move on back to a little of the football that's going on right now. What's going on right now? The NFL Combine. These
All
high
right.
school, I'm sorry, excuse me, I take it back. These college players, juniors and seniors, because they let juniors live as well, are going into the combine to compete. They're going to show their wares to improve themselves, or some will fall off. I have seen some good things coming out of there. If you're on a defense this year, if you're on a team that need defense, this is your year. I don't know if y'all had a chance to watch anything, but I mean, I'm gonna throw this out there first. Cornerbacks, the speed for cornerbacks this year, off the charts. They have to have over 15, 20 players that are 4.4 or less. Think about that for a second. We're talking about cornerbacks, 4.4 or less.
Okay.
Outrunning wide receivers.
All right. Can I ask you just one thing about that?
Go ahead.
It's okay. It's great to have speed, but what if you have speed and you can't cover? I mean, we're talking about straight line speed at this point, yo. And just because you got straight line speed don't mean you got the agility to go back and forth and get caught on like double moves and all that stuff. You can get left burnt by a good receiver. And the same goes for receivers with all this fast speed, 4.29s and 4.33s and all this other crap. If you can't catch the ball, you can't run a pattern and get open, you're a waste of space. I think was it Devin White with the Bears ran a high on them fast times and all that stuff. Somebody brought up the guy who got drafted by the Raiders. He used to go to Maryland. What was his name? I think Aunt Mo said his name earlier. That he was to Maryland. Darius Hayward Bay. Yeah.
Right.
Just because you're fast don't mean you can play the position, Joe. It's more to it. But yeah, just because they're fast.
I got what you're saying. But okay, now listen to what I'm saying. You're right. But what I'm telling you is, with the amount of cornerbacks, there's some safeties as well, but with the amount of cornerbacks showing up with this tight speed, the chance of you finding one in this draft is pretty high. That's what I'm saying. Especially with when I say this tight speed, meaning that they have the ability to jam and recover. Also depends on the system they're being taught in. Let's start there first. It also depends on where they find out they fall into on a team, right? A lot of these guys who are running these speeds, they're not little guys, Don. The guy who ran a 4.29 yesterday was 6'1.5". These aren't little guys running this speed. These are tall, lanky cornerbacks, meaning they can get their hands on you and they can stay on you. But you're right. It also depends on the scheme and how well they have played. In college, you go to the next level. You're right. Are they sticky? Can they recover? Can they put their hands on them? All that comes into it. All I'm saying is, with these numbers at cornerback, if somebody needs cornerback this year, take your pick. That's all I'm saying.
You just don't want somebody who's like super fast and plays well in his own scheme, and you try to make him play man, and he get lost, or vice versa. You mess around and get somebody like your boy came from the Raiders, and who was it? Not Ndamukong Suh. Damn, he was.
You're talking about
the cornerback from Raiders who went to the Eagles.
He retired. No, he came. Do you remember the one that came from? He came from
Raiders.
Asamoah.
Yeah, Nnamdi Asomugha.
Asamoah.
From Raiders to the Eagles. Yep. Yeah. You don't want that type situation. You don't want to be like the Washington football team taking a guy who's known as a man corner and trying to make him play zone.
Trying to make a play zone.
What was it? The guy it was like a couple years ago they drafted that. They did that for another free agent signing. And it was under Ron Rivera, of course. But they also did the same thing with drafting pulling up a zone corner and trying to make him play man. I think they did that with your boy this year. But you got to know what you're working with, and good luck with that. Gym life.
You're right.
Yes.
Right.
They're trying to plug him into a scheme. They're trying to plug him into a scheme that doesn't fit him. This is what I'm talking about. You just can't. Either you're going to coach him to play this scheme correctly, or you're going to miss on this guy. Speaking of the Eagles, I know y'all don't want to hear this, but I know I do follow Georgia players. Ringo,
Ringo.
He didn't play early in the year. He was still adjusting to the scheme they played, which is different from the scheme that he played in Georgia. So it took him longer to get on the field.
Right.
But once he got on the field from playing their scheme, he played decently to well. He was late in the year, but he didn't give up any major plays, but he played well. Okay. They waited, they gave him time to develop over the year, and they put him in bits and pieces. So he played well. So you're right. Sometimes it's a scheme. You have to play within the scheme that you have what's going on. So, it is what it is at some point. Lady A, see anything?
So as far as this combine,
breaking news.
Yes, breaking
news.
LeBron becoming the first player in league history to score 40,000 career points. He's been playing for a long time, though.
That makes him better than Jordan, right? He got more points, assists, rebounds, steals, all that stuff, right?
The debate between LeBron and Jordan is actually kind of what I just said. Like, LeBron played for a really long time.
And Jordan couldn't.
Well, Jordan didn't get drafted out of high school either.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just saying that gives LeBron, when it comes to certain things, not everything, but that does give LeBron an advantage. Because if you, it's a difference. 4 years is a big time, a nice chunk of time, when you're talking about building your stats and things like that. Coming in at 18 and all your friends are in college, that means that their time, what they're doing in college is not recorded by the NBA like yours is. So I'm not saying LeBron isn't good. I'm not saying all of that. I'm saying that LeBron has more time in than the majority of his counterparts right now. And then people who played before him, the traditional, like they literally changed some rules because of that, because we had people drafted out of high school. You can't do that anymore. So who's going to have that longevity? I mean, if he don't retire soon, he gonna be in there in the record books as having the longest career. He's talking about he gonna play with his son. Who does that?
And he got a chance to do it next year. His son he's in his first year of college. He can leave school and come to the NBA next year.
Right.
And LeBron, they already know LeBron said, I want to play with my kid. So
Right.
whoever drafted him, guess what?
Go in the backyard. Go in the backyard and play with your
Well,
kids.
his younger son, that's the one right there.
So
That's the one that I'm waiting to see, and I want to see both of his boys playing. But back to the combine. I tend to look at things that a lot of other people aren't really paying attention to.
Shuttles, cone drills.
No, I'm the drills. Let's talk about the drills. So the first day of drills was what, Thursday?
yes, Thursday.
So a lot of people, according to different sources, a lot of people are paying attention to like the edge rushers during these drills. But I believe he's a defensive tackle, the guy from FSU. Fisk?
Yes.
Fisk, or is that how you say his name? This man is ridiculously he is huge. Okay, they had him doing a 40-yard dash. He clocked in. First of all, he's 6'3.5", 292 pounds, 40-yard dash, and he clocked 4.78.
Ooh.
He's huge. And so everybody's like, oh, he a defensive tackle. So I'm like, that surprised me. I was like, man, because when he walk out, you see how he is compared to everybody else. You see he's not a small guy. So I'm looking at stuff like that to see this athleticism. They felt like he was really good, but then to see him on his feet and his footwork, I'm like, oh, okay, that's the one right there. So I'm looking at and of course, because of Thursday, immediately his stock went up immediately. Like they were talking about him because I want to say he was like ranked like kind of low beforehand. So I feel like those type of things speak volumes to why the combine is important. So
it can also be a flash in the pan because I think Mike Mamula did some crap like that and shot up the ranks and got drafted by the Eagles and was straight gutter crap.
Yeah, you will have some situations like that too. But I mean, it's
combine monsters.
We talked about it before. The combine, it's so important because it gives you an opportunity to show everyone what you're about. First round pick. You with it, right? You with it, right? Said.
Yep. Don't send him to Pittsburgh. They need to send him on back to the house. Send him on back to Atlanta. Atlanta should have drafted him in the first place. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna find that clip and I'm gonna show you guys when I said the same thing before the draft, before Chicago drafted him. Hearing me say, because I think me and Pick was doing it live. What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
I said, what are we doing? But it is what it is. You're right.
Who y'all getting that draft? Said Pitts.
I don't even remember.
Wasn't it tight end?
It didn't. Oh yeah, it was. It was Pitts. It was Pitts.
Okay.
It was Pitts in that draft. When yeah, we could use Pitts. Don't get me wrong, but if you don't have a trigger man in the right system, that was Arthur Smith's first year. Matt Ryan is not a runner.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start there first. Matt Ryan is not a runner, so that ended up being that's why it was a bad match for him. Arthur Smith wanted a guy who's kind of mobile and accurate. Accurate, yes. Mobile, nope. That doesn't fit who Matt Ryan is. So had they traded Matt Ryan in the offseason and then went ahead and made that pick, we could have picked Matt Ryan. I mean, we could have picked Justin Fields and went from there. That would have been a better building stone than Pitts because Pitts is non-existent without a quarterback, and Pitts ended up getting hurt his second year in Atlanta. But that's another thing. But let me go ahead and say this right quick. C2K, his record is going down. His record has a record that has stood for 20 years, whatever it is. I have to go back and see the exact date when he ran it. Wide receiver from Texas, University of Texas. Let me put that out there. Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy has run a 4-2-1.
Yep.
Yes, you heard me right. A 4-2-1
Where he come from?
40-yard dash.
He
That
ate
means
his
that young
Wheaties,
man has
y'all.
to pick him up and put him down.
He ate some
Yeah.
Wheaties.
Yeah.
He had
So,
caught 75 passes in college last year for like 1,000 yards. So
So if
he
he can
can
catch
do
the
it,
ball, he's gonna get on the team.
Yep.
He gonna get on. You know what? He gonna get on the team regardless because of his speed.
return kicks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna get on the team regardless because of his speed alone. His
Yep.
speed alone.
You're right.
This draft, deep in DB speed is off the chain. I watched some of the defensive linemen, the defense ends, the linebackers. The linebackers, I've seen a lot of nice linebackers. I don't even know I should say this right here. They got a linebacker from Ole Miss.
Oh.
The dude was fluid. He had fluid movement in his hips, turns, runs, and they was doing the drills, fluid.
Yep.
Fluid. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to go back and watch some tape on this cat. Nice linebacker. I think he's 6'2", 6'1", 6'2".
I think it was 6'2".
So I'm gonna go back and take a look at it. It was surprising, that I saw him. So I was like, okay, but defense. This is a defensive field draft. There are a few offensive pieces. Caleb Williams did not. He's not going to throw. For those who want to watch him throw, he's not going to throw. Marvin Harrison Jr. is not going to run any routes. He just came in for the meeting. So if you look for either one of them, sorry, you missed out. They're not doing either one. Brock Bowers, I think Brock Bowers still may not be 100%. He went to all the meetings. They showed, which was hilarious. They showed the media room, right? They showed the different players sitting down waiting for the media to talk to them as they're doing the interviews. They showed them, then they showed Brock Bowers, and it looked like Jordan.
Yep.
All the media was here like this.
Yeah.
Everybody else might have had one or two.
He had
media was here just like this. So good luck to the young man. I don't think he's gonna make it out of the first round. I know Atlanta's not gonna get him. Even though Raheem Morris, let me put Raheem Morris out there. Raheem Morris says, I love what the guy in Georgia's doing. We need to duplicate what they're doing at University of Georgia. Meaning that he is going to the stadium and watching players. This may be our year.
I know that's why I knew it.
Wait a minute.
The year for what?
This may
for Atlanta. He said always complains because
this may be the year.
Atlanta Falcons do not go to Georgia.
A University of Georgia player. I'm not talking about in the 6th round compensatory pick. I believe they're going to go in and pull at least one player out of there in the 3rd, maybe the 3rd or 4th round.
I thought you was saying like they were going to go get Brock Bowers. I'm like, what?
They're not. I don't think
they don't need.
Y'all not up high enough, right?
They still got picks. Oh yeah, we're 8.
Oh okay. We're
8.
He might last that long.
We got a chance now.
You do.
But if they if they don't pull off if they pull off this deal with Justin Fields, we probably won't have that pick.
Yeah.
But if they don't pull off the field with Justin Fields, they're gonna take a quarterback. So it's gonna depend on whether or not they can get this deal done before the draft.
Y'all do need a QB.
So if the deal with Justin Fields falls through, which I want him to come to Atlanta, they're gonna draft a quarterback. So no. But I do think
you never know. You never know.
Right. So I do think we may do that. So I mean it's cool. We got to hit what do you say? Let me see what you're talking about now. We'll pick a quarterback this year. We'll wait next year. Shador, can't wait to see him this year. You know what? One fly. Shador told Arthur Blank that he wanted to be the quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons.
That's what's up.
He did. They were in Atlanta doing something, and
now,
he met
it's gonna
Arthur
be
Blank.
difficult for him to get there, but
hey, Bruce Last, put this up here. Texas had 2 of the fastest receivers and still couldn't win the title. Sometimes, Bruce, it's about coaching.
This being
Remember that
funny. He said all that fast, all that speed, they ain't win though. We hear you, Bruce. We hear you.
Hey, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's
Right,
like that.
it is.
So with that being said, thank you guys for coming in, listening to us, spending a little bit of time with us on First Ring Podcast. Please stop, like, subscribe, tell a few friends to come in, like and subscribe. Hey, fall in with us. This is a slow period for us, but not totally slow. We still do baseball. We got hockey people. You know, we got a little volleyball, we got a little track.
About to start up.
We do a little soccer. We in there.
We got football starting up this
NASCAR.
There you go. We got right. The
NASCAR.
UFL getting ready to start,
and we cover the horse races.
What did you say, Don?
NASCAR.
Oh, we got
Vroom,
we got
vroom,
an
baby.
NASCAR guy. You know what? We also got a guy to do the horses. We got a guy that does the horses too. So when that kicks off, hey, come on in and join us. Sit down, listen to us a little bit. You may like us. You may want to join us. Come on back. Because football season is our we make our money during football season. You know, that's what we do. We talk sports, college sports. But hey, don't leave us because it's a slower period of time. We know it's slow. We still got bits and pieces you may want to see, you may want to learn, you want to absorb from us.
It is March. It is March, and it's about time for that madness, right?
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Like Bruce said, March Madness.
I did horrible on my brackets last year, guys.
I'm not going.
You did what?
You did brackets last year. That was bad.
We sure did. We're gonna do brackets again this year as well. We'll get something together so that we can get people in. We may put a bracket up. We may put a prize up for whoever wins the bracket like we did last year. I think it was wasn't it a game? What do you say? If y'all do draft Penix is man, Penix got too bad ACL.
Rag everywhere.
It
is. Oh.
Hey, as much as I like Penix, he got two bad knees, man. We can't use him.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because we had that problem before with my team with the quarterback having bad knees. He did the stanky leg on the field, and he never come back.
I guess you forgot about that play against Minnesota, right? With them two bad knees.
You talking about y'all boy? You talking about
RG3?
I said he did the stanky leg on the field.
Oh, what about the game against Minnesota when he took off and was gone?
Okay, yeah. He still had bad knees. Ultimately, that's
them
why
knees worked.
Yeah,
them knees worked. Then.
That's why he is commentating right now because he got bad knees.
Right. So with that being said, we'll see y'all Tuesday. We'll have more NBA. The MLB is getting ready to kick off. We'll talk about some of the injuries we didn't get to today. We'll push that to Tuesday. We'll go around the NBA and talk about that as well. We already talked about a little bit with LeBron talking to play with his kid. Right. But other than that, you got anything, Lady?
No, that's it for me.
Got anything done?
Make memories, not excuses.
Indeed.
Hey, we'll see y'all on Tuesday. Go Dogs.
Beats. My first time to the person.